What is up, everybody, and welcome to another cooking segment. My name is Carlos with Carlos Power Media, and today we are going to make a rigatoni pasta with a fresh sauce which consists of fire roasted organic ingredients. And we are going to put some ground turkey within the actual pasta. So let's go through some of the actual ingredients that we're going to use. We have a pound of ground lean turkey. Also, for our ingredients that we're going to put in with the turkey is some purple sweet onions. Just a little bit. You don't want to put too much to bring out or overwhelm the flavor. We have a clove of garlic chopped, as well as some green bell pepper. Also, just another ingredient is some Rotel. It is the spicy Rotel. You can drain it, and we will be putting that in here. Also, we have some Parmesan cheese, some freshly grated Parmesan cheese that I have here that we're going to top our dish with. As well as we have here, we are going to make our own pasta sauce, which consists of, it is an organic crushed fire roasted tomato ingredient that we're going to use. Now this is organic, and we're going to make our pasta sauce from this. Also, we have some Rigatoni Pasta. You can use your favorite brand. We have 3 tablespoons of oregano, which is here. We have our garlic pepper that we will be putting in, and this is about 3 tablespoons. We have our salt, which is 2 tablespoons. We have a half a tablespoon of smoked paprika, which is here. And we have our half a tablespoon of cumin. This is ground cumin. It's going to give it a little bit of kick of flavor. Also, I have some fresh basil here that I will be tearing off and actually putting in the sauce as well. Now, this is fresh basil. I do recommend you guys do not put this in the fridge. It will bruise the basil, so you can put some water in a jar, place the stems in there. It will start to grow roots, but you can use this to actually keep your basil fresh. We are going to get into the process of making our rigatoni fire roasted pasta with turkey. So let's get this thing started. Here we go. Okay guys, we have our water which is boiling over here, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the fire for the actual ground turkey that we're gonna cook. So I'm turning on the fire to let the pan heat up. Now we are going to go ahead and get our pasta, our rigatoni pasta. We're going to put it in the pasta water. Now remember, when you let your pasta cook, always save your pasta water. We're going to season it with salt first, so let's get that started. Okay, so the salt that we have, we're going to put it in the pasta water. We're going to get at a little stir here. Get that rolling and going. Okay, so we have the salt in our pasta water, and we're going to put our pasta in. So let's get that started. Okay, so now we have our pasta in the water. Anytime you put pasta in hot water, it's going to cool the water down and it's going to start to boil one more time. So we can actually turn up the heat just to get it back on track, but don't forget. So while this is doing its thing, we're gonna start on the actual meat. So let's get that started. Here we go. Okay guys, now it's time to start to cook the actual ground turkey. So I'm gonna put a drizzle of olive oil in here. Now we have lean ground turkey, so it's not going to produce a lot of fat. So let's go ahead and put this in. We got that ground turkey. Let's break that up. Turn the fire down a little bit. Let's get this going. You can see it's cooking pretty quickly. It's not a lot of oil or anything in here, so it's cooking pretty quickly though. Okay, let's get that done. We're cooking it. You can see it's not taking a long time to do this. Let's let it cook a little bit. And then we will start to put our other ingredients in. Now I'm over here checking on the pasta, just giving it a little stir while the meat is cooking. Okay guys, we're still cooking the meat. Let's turn the fire up just a little bit. At some point we're going to drain some of this liquid off. But it doesn't really take that long for this to cook. Now if you're using something like a cast iron skillet, that would get real hot to cook the meat a little faster. Okay, I'm gonna drain some of the liquid off of this. Okay guys, I have drained some of the liquid off of this, so it's continuing to cook. And I have my fire on medium heat. Now what I'm gonna do is, since the meat is almost done and it's going to continue to cook, I am going to put in my purple onions as well as the actual green bell pepper, and I have a clove of garlic just chopped. We're going to go ahead and put those items in while it continues to cook. Okay, we got all this goodness over in here. It's continuing to cook. We have our extra ingredients in here, which is the actual green bell pepper, the garlic, as well as the purple onions, which are so sweet. So we're just tossing this in here a little bit. It's gonna cook all of this all together and infuse those flavors. You can just smell the actual onions and bell pepper and that garlic. It smells really good. Okay, giving this a little toss. Now on average, this should take you no more than 3 to 4 minutes to cook, to get it all down. Now later we're going to put our crushed tomatoes that are fire roasted over in here with this meat and have it on low heat when we do that, because if you don't, it's going to bubble and start bubbling off and it's gonna be messy, so you don't want to do that. Okay, so we got this. Give this a stir. Okay, it's looking pretty good. It's smelling good, guys. Let that sit there for a moment. While we're letting this meat cook, the pasta is still cooking. It'll take about 10 minutes for the pasta to be cooked. When you're cooking rigatoni pasta, it takes it a while to cook because it's thicker and it's cut in rounds. So while we're cooking the meat, our pasta is cooking. And remember, we salted the actual pasta water. So when we get ready to use the actual pasta water, it's going to give the actual pasta a little bit more flavoring because of the salt. Okay, we're good to go on this. I'm gonna reduce the heat. I'm gonna put it on low. Now we're adding our crushed tomatoes, which is fire roasted. All of this is mashed tomatoes, and it looks like pasta sauce, but it's not. It's organic, it's fire roasted, and you can see like the little black specks is part of when the tomatoes were actually fire roasted. So let's put this in. It looks like spaghetti sauce, but it's not. It's only just mashed fire roasted tomatoes. But we're making our sauce, and we are going to put some oregano and some other seasoning in here. So let's get all of this goodness in here and get that started. Okay, so we're gonna add them in slowly. Okay guys, I have the actual rotel, which is peppers and tomato. We're gonna add this in here as well. We got all that in there. Smells so good. A lot of people are familiar with the rotel. Let's just move this around a little bit. Remember to have your fire on low because it will boil over unless you just have a really big skillet or pan that you're using to cook it in. Okay. Move this around a little bit. Maybe I should have had a bigger pan, but I'm not cooking for a lot of people. You may be cooking for a lot of people, so you may need a bigger pan as well. Okay, so now we have all this in here cooking slow. Move that around a little bit. Okie dokie. Okay guys, while this is simmering a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and put in our oregano. Let's just shake some of this in there. I like using a lot of oregano because it gives it a burst of flavor. Some people don't season their foods, but the thing is, you can use as much seasoning as you want as long as it is not salt based. The more seasoning, the more flavor. Just remember that. The more seasoning, the more flavor. And we have our oregano that we're moving around over into the actual sauce. We're moving this around so it can be evenly distributed throughout the actual sauce. So we have that going on. Okay, and it's slowly simmering. Okay, got that there. Now we are going to add the actual garlic pepper. Let's put that over in here. Now we are going to add the actual paprika. This is smoked paprika we're putting in here. Let's turn the fire down just a little bit. Move this around just a little bit, or to bubble over if you don't. Okay, we're mixing this paprika in. Okay, now we got that paprika mixed in. Now we are going to add the ground cumin. So let's put that in. It's going to give it a little kick. Okay, we got that cumin in. Just kind of move it around and work it in the sauce. Okay, it smells so good. Now guys, this is optional, but we're gonna put some white cooking wine in here. Italians love to cook with wine. So we're gonna put just a little drizzle of wine in here for flavoring. Just a little bit. And it is a white cooking wine. And this is really good as well. So you can add your wine. We're letting this continue to simmer a little bit. So what we're gonna do now is take some of that fresh basil, and we have our basil here, and we're just gonna break up a few little pieces over in here so it can pull out that flavor. Put a few pieces of basil over in here. It's gonna make it taste so good. One thing I love about basil is when you're cooking with it and you break it, you automatically smell the aromatics of it. Okay, we got a little basil in here. Give that a little toss. Give this a little bit of toss. It smells so good. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and turn off the fire on this because this is ready. Okay guys, we're checking our pasta. It looks like it's done. You can always taste the piece and check to see if it is tender. You don't want to overcook it. And one of the reasons why, because when you actually do that, we're gonna taste the piece. Oh my God, this is good. It's perfect. It's not too done at all because it's gonna continue to cook. And you can taste that salt. You can always kind of over salt the water a little bit. I don't, but you can. And use it for later. But this is ready. Okay guys, we are taking our pasta out of the water and putting it over in a dish. If you have a big roaster or something you want to put your pasta in, it could be like a baked dish, you can put it in there. We're putting all that in. So I'm taking the pasta out. We're going to keep this pasta water because you may need it later. Okay, we're getting all that out. Okay guys, we got our pasta over here. And we have it ready for the actual sauce. So now we're going to actually add our sauce in. We're just gonna reach over and put it in here. Get all the other stuff out of here. We don't want to leave nothing behind. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Now, the thing is, we want to make sure we marry the actual pasta with the actual pasta sauce. Don't just put a glob of it over some pasta. That is not the true Italian way of doing that. So let's make sure that we marry the pasta in with the sauce. So we're gonna get at a twirl. Bring it around a little bit. It's looking so good. Get that going around, give it around, a whirl around, a whirl around. Okay, it's piping hot too. Okay. Okay guys, now we have our pasta ready, and I'm just gonna put a little bit more wine, cooking wine in here. If your pasta dries out or tends to look like it's going to dry out, you can always put the additional pasta water over in here, and it is going to give it the seasoning it needs. Now, I have my olive oil that I'm gonna drizzle some olive oil over the top. This is just gives it a little bit more of that flavoring, that traditional olive oil flavoring that you're adding in here. Olive oil is very healthy for you, so we added a drizzle or two over in this. As well, I am going to put a little bit more basil over in here. So I'm putting some basil, just dropping a few bits over in here. Okay. Okay guys, we have our pasta here. It looks really good and it's ready to be plated. We have a lot of ingredients in here, so let's get it started. Here we go. Okay guys, we're plating up our pasta. So we're putting our pasta on the plate. Add another little piece. Okay guys, as you can see, we have our pasta here. I have my fresh basil, so I am going to just garnish a little bit on the top, just sprinkle a little bit here, just for the presentation. Okay, so guys, you see I have a little bit here that we put a little of the basil on top. Now we have our presentation here. So now we're gonna take some of the Parmesan cheese and just sprinkle it over the top. So now we have our presentation here. Okay guys, now we have completed making our rigatoni pasta with ground turkey, and we have completed our presentation. So now, as you can see, this looks really delicious, and we're gonna give it a taste test. So this was really easy to make. Don't forget your Parmesan cheese and your basil. So let's give this a taste. You can see it looks really good here. So let's see what it tastes like. And we got that cooking wine in there too. So here we go. Bon appetit. Oh wow. Guys, you are going to love this. You can taste that cooking wine and that fresh basil. It's like when you start to chew, it's like an explosion of flavor there. This is really good. Really, really good. And the ground turkey gives it a good flavor as well. You can taste some of that smoked paprika in there, as well as the Rotel, and we made our own pasta sauce. This is good. I think you guys are gonna love this. So, guys, go ahead and comment below. Let me know if you tried this actual recipe. It is very good. It's simple to make. You can use any type of pasta you want, but we use rigatoni here. Comment below. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up on the video. Now, here's the thing. You see over there, there is a red button over there. And It is, let's see, it says subscribe. Click me, subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Like this video and give it a thumbs up. This is Carlos with Carlos Power Media. And see you.